Okay, in this video, I'm going to show a demonstration on how to get through the logo magnet project. First thing you need to do is go to create a document, and you can name it your last name, logo, or logo magnet, and hit OK. So the very first thing you need to do is you're going to need to start a sketch in the top view, and then simply look down on the top. Now it's time to bring your image into the Onshape software. So the image tool looks like this one right here. You click the drop down arrow and you go to insert image. At this point you have to click a button that is not shown because the screen is zoomed in too far, so you're going to need to use Control minus on your keyboard in order to see the input option at the bottom of this window. Now that it's visible, I'm going to click on import. Find the image that you saved either from Google or another file that you had, and then hit open. It will load up into the software. You can now close this window here and select the image that's been brought in. And the next thing it's going to ask you to do is to draw an image rectangle. Simply click in the middle of your screen where the origin is located. Click once and drag up and to the right until it basically takes up that upper right quadrant, and then click a second time. Now that image is on sketch 1. What we want to do now is click the green check mark to finalize that sketch. Start a second sketch, also in the top view. This will allow you to work over the first sketch and turn the view of that sketch on or off in order to see your progress of your drawing on sketch 2. So the next thing you need to do is to start using the tools that are available to you in your sketch in order to go over the drawing and the picture that you plan on creating a logo magnet project on. So I'm going to start by using my line tools, and you can zoom right in on here and start basically tracing over the design and making sure that you are snapping from point to point, and especially when you close it off, make sure that you get right on the points so that every part of your drawing is enclosed. And I'm going to work my way around all these shapes, including the letters. The letters I will be using circle tools and rectangle tools. For this A, I'm going to use a circle tool. Try to get as close as you can to the middle. You could use the same center point for the second circle. And I can use a rectangle for this part of the A here. And once I do that, I can then grab my scissor tool, which is my trim tool, and I can start to trim away the lines that I do not need to be there, such as these two. And there's my letter A. I will do the same process to complete all the letters. While working on certain letters, you're going to find that the arc, the rectangle, the line, the circle are not going to be the right tool you want to use. So in some cases you might want to utilize this here spline tool. A spline tool allows you to go around irregular curves by simply clicking on the starting point, and every time you click thereon after, it will follow the contour of your click. The more clicks you have, the more likely it is to change the contour. When you're done with your spline, you can double click and it will end the line. Just be sure to snap to that last point when you continue on with your other lines. So now you can see that I have completed going around all the lines and completing my logo design. So if I were to go back to sketch 1 and simply click on the eyeball, it will hide the image behind it and show my work on top. And you can turn that and toggle on and off as you need to. So if you take a look at this design as it is right now, you'll notice that each one of these letters and these three stripes are all separated from each other. So if we were to 3D print something like that out, it would actually be separate into many pieces. And what we want is we want it to be printed as one piece. So what we need to do is to create a background in order to hold all these parts together. So that's what I'm going to do now. I am going to start by using my line tool, and I'm going to try to keep my offset, my distance from my shape, consistent all the way around. So if I were to start here, I would then simply work my way around all the shapes within my design. And there you have my finished drawing. Now I can simply hide sketch 1 so that I can just see my shape here. The next thing to do is to take a look at this in isometric view, zoom in, and now I can start to extrude the shape. So the first thing I want to do is press the escape key to get off all my tools. And you can press the green check mark to finalize that sketch right now. And then I can zoom in and select the areas that I want to first extrude. So the first thing I want to extrude is the background plus the insides of my letters. And I want to extrude that at a distance of 1/8 of an inch. And hit enter and hit the green check mark. Then I want to go back and double click into sketch 2 again. And this time I want to select the three stripes and the insides of my letters. And now I want to extrude that at a distance of 3/16 of an inch. And hit the green check mark. Now I have my finished product. When you're all done with your 3D logo, what you want to do is you want to go down to the bottom of your page where it says Part Studio 1. And you want to right click and you want to export. When you export, you'll have this window pop up. And the first thing you should do is name it the color that you want it to be printed in. So for example, I would name this blue, and then my name. You want to make sure the format is in STL, and you also want to make sure that the units are in millimeter. And when that's done, you can simply hit OK, and then tell it where you want to save it. Once you click Save, it should now be in your files. So the next thing to do would be to go to Google Classroom and submit this project, turn it in so that Mr. Targia can then 3D print it for you. And make sure that that file that you submit is that STL file. It will have the .stl after it. In this case, mine was called bluetargia.stl. And that's it. Hopefully you've had success. If not, ask for help. See you next time.